Welcome to Max Stars. This post is on the theory of astrological phenomena. Something about astrology is that if your astrologer is worthwhile, then certainly there'll be lots of clientele. There'll be lots of folks coming to your door. There was a fellow named Mark Robertson, a wonderful astrologer. And many years ago, actually when I had first started my practice, I asked Mark about advertising and how to go with it all. He said, well, why be concerned about it? If you're worthy, then certainly the public will find you. So this is a story about a couple that live in Wauchosen on Vancouver Island, an elderly couple. I went to visit them and I was telling them about how Mars was very activated in both of their charts in February of that year. George, with hardly looking up, said to his wife, Martha, get the pictures. So, to say the least, they were shocked with my remarks about fires. And I was shocked to see the photos of their brand new truck that had burned to a crisp in their driveway the night they brought it home. Something in the ignition system had malfunctioned, and a very intense fire destroyed their new vehicle and carport. In another cosmic incident, a very irritated client blew up and stormed out the door after I had told him that he should be very careful with business tactics, legal maneuvers, fires, and religious people. He said that he did honorable business, and therefore he was not worried about legalities, and that he kept his religion to himself. He also said that his apartment buildings were clean and he had no real concern about fires. Anyway, about 2 months later, he showed up and having quite a sheepish look on his face. And he said, okay, he says, all that stuff that you told me happened. He says, now what? And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, there was a fire in a couple of fires in the building and some other material that went on. I said, oh, I see, now you want a lollipop. Well, I don't think I have one for you. But anyway, we settled down and he told me the story that he had just bought an apartment building and had sugar plums in his head about raising the rent. And unfortunately, around about the same time that the city council had put a freeze on the rent hikes in the city of Victoria at the time. He bucked that and raised the rent anyway, and a pastor living in the building organized the tenants and took him to court, and he lost and he had to pay. So again, astrology doesn't lie. We may not be able to get the exact pathway of what's going to happen, but we can sure tell when the time is ready, when energies are unfolding big time. So a wise man rules his stars and a fool follows them. And I find that to be very true. I mean, this is the point of astrology. Its usefulness is helping us to understand rhythm and cycle. When the tide's in, when the tide's out, when to hold them, when to fold them, when to make your moves, and when to hold back. We would never put the boat in the water in the low tide. We'd wrestle in the muck. Where if we waited for the right high tide, we would sail out effortlessly. The stars assist all of nature in rhythm and cycle. All right, more later.